I've always been like a little lover boy, so I've just been so obsessed with like dating and relationships and romance and why we think and feel the way that we do.
Wait, babe, before you jump to that, I'm
just so excited.
But
don't ever have friends that are prettier than you in your pictures. Maybe I date a little bit more than the average person, okay?
Don't some women have fake engagement rings?
I used to have a fake engagement ring.
The whole dating scene is completely changed.
But people like you are fixing it.
I love what you did here. It's like a dating etiquette class or something like
Maybe
that.
You could
Maybe
lead
I
it.
could start something like that.
The most masculine thing is being vulnerable because like you're confident enough to be who you really are.
Just as the clock struck 12, he looked over at me. He's like, Hannah, will you be my girlfriend?
See, she remembers it vividly. Girls telling me like, well, I don't know if we're in a relationship. I'm like, how do you not know if you're in a relationship?
He's writing his own dating etiquette book right now.
Who said that? Me?
That's
I was
you.
gonna say sugar worms or gushers or
Sugar
pizza.
worms. All right, welcome back to another episode of First Rounds on Me. Who do we have on the show today, babe?
Today we have Trenton Acrey.
Acrey.
Trenton, love you. Thank you so much for being here. How are you doing today? I know you just arrived in LA from Austin.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
You know, I'm doing great. The one biggest thing I missed was this weather out here. That you cannot beat this California weather. It got a little bit cooler now, but it's just absolutely amazing. And then I came here just to predominantly visit my family, take care of a couple of business things. But it's been so nice being back for sure. I missed it. I missed it a ton.
And you were telling us that you had lived in LA or California for a while, had gone to Austin, and now you're back. So your family's here.
Yeah, born and raised in Riverside, California. And then when I turned 22 is when I moved to LA to do the whole, glitz and glamour thing. And, pretty quickly after moving to LA, I actually got involved pretty heavily in the hospitality and nightlife scene. And, the biggest reason why I'd actually moved to LA, this is like a little fact check here, but I had watched the movie The Hitch with Will Smith. Great movie. I was obsessed with like date. I've always been like a little lover boy. So I've just been so obsessed with like dating and relationships and romance and why we think and feel the way that we do. And that was the biggest push for me moving to LA. So when I first moved here, I had dreams and aspirations of becoming a love coach or a matchmaker in a sense, right? But at that particular time, as we know, it's very expensive to live in LA. I was 22. I'm like, I don't know if this is going to fully pan out for me. So kind of switched things, but now we're slowly but surely making our way back to that.
Nice. So you see glitz and glamour brought you to LA. Obviously, you're a friend of First Rounds on Me. We've worked together a bunch of times. Never met in person, which is awesome. This is like our first date with you, Trenton, so cool. Which we love. But what do you do now specifically? We know like your social media is so heavily in the dating game and it's amazing content. But what do you actually do
day to day?
Day to day with the dating content?
Yeah. So I own multiple businesses outside of the dating content. But if we're focusing primarily on my content creation space, I think I just want to reinforce people laughing and having fun and being a part of something, which is the main reason why I do what I do, just because I love incorporating, the dating aspect, but at the same time, I want people to get genuine enjoyment and actually fulfillment from my content as well. So I just have a lot of fun with it, and I pull influence from different things or maybe experiences that I've been through or whatever it is that I think that could make people laugh and enjoy it. And, things are going to continue to grow into that route too. But I also love providing people with advice. Mm-hmm. So if there's anything that I can do to, help someone further their status as far as them being single or them being in a relationship, I just want people to be happy, essentially.
I love
That's
it.
really nice, Trenton.
You are very genuine.
You are, right? All right. Well, kind of in that vein, considering the fact, as I said, I have done a deep dive on you as a human being, and there is like a wealth of knowledge and a wealth of advice for people out there. So I think a lot of our questions are kind of going to be based around that today. But I want to know, straight off the bat, hitting it heavy, what is your number one dating, like first date tip?
Wait, babe, before you jump to that, I'm
just so excited.
But I'm on the edge of my seat. I want to know if Trenton's in a relationship.
Oh,
if
true.
He's single.
Single, relationship,
you're
situationship.
jumping the gun and I'm sitting over here on the edge of my seat.
I am very much single at this moment. I enjoy myself using the First Rounds on Me. Kind of leading the path there. No, I have a good time and I enjoy myself, and I just think that maybe at this particular time in my life, I haven't come across anyone that maybe matches my energy, not my freak, my energy. Right? We gotta stay focused here, but No, I just don't think that I've come across anyone that fully is, where I would maybe like them to be, or even maybe myself, I think that you have to be in a space where you openly want to be in a relationship. Therefore, you will attract those same people that you are wanting the same thing, essentially. So at this moment, definitely very single. I do have someone I'm a little bit interested in.
Okay, we'll get into that.
We'll definitely get into that. So, but for the most part, I'm definitely single for sure.
Okay. Now, we definitely have our opinions about dating in Los Angeles.
We do.
I'm from New York, so we have, our own opinions about that. Never really got into the Austin dating scene and got some feedback. How is it, and what are the pros and cons to dating in Austin?
Well, they call it the Peter Pan capital of Peter Pan syndrome. So they say it's just guys, sprinkling a little bit here, sprinkle a little bit here, and then kind of up and move. I think personally it's very hookup culture. So again, it's more so what it is that you attract. I'm not knocking it. I mean, I have fun and I enjoy myself. And I kind of just go with whoever it is that I'm taking out and what type of energy it is that they have going on. Again, we all have needs and we all have things that we like, and I enjoy being in good company. And just having a pretty woman in my presence is amazing too, right?
I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah, I just love having fun. So I think it's definitely very much so hookup culture in that sense.
Okay, it seems like all the big cities kind of have that same vibe, like New York, LA, Austin, because we hear the same thing. There's the Peter Pans in LA, there's the Peter Pans in New York, but I think when you live in a big city that's somewhat successful city, you're gonna see a lot of people that are really cool with a lot of options, and you just kind of wait it out and have fun, right?
Yeah. That might be our problem these days, is an overflow of options.
Oh, for sure. We talk about that heavily.
Great.
Probably one of, if not the biggest issue with dating nowadays is this paradox of choice.
I don't know if anyone knows what they like or dislike anymore, just because the moment that they see something that they don't want or that they don't like, we just go and get a new one. We're like, okay,
Exactly.
no problem, see ya. Or
like,
we don't even say anything anymore. It's kind of, you just go ghost on one another and you move into the next one.
I know, I hate that it's become such a norm in the dating world now that ghosting is such a thing. People are just like, I don't really like them, I'm never going to talk to them again. I'm like, but that was a human being that you were intimate with, that you shared your deepest, darkest secrets with, and all of a sudden you don't want to talk to them? Like, bizarre.
I know.
Now can I ask my question?
Now you're good.
Okay,
Yeah, now I know
perfect.
that Trenton's single, and if people hear this before he leaves LA, all the LA girls are going to be DMing him.
Oh, it's forever playing matchmaker, aren't you, darling?
I love it.
Yes, going back to it, because like I said, even just from hearing you speak then, it is very clear that you have a very deep knowledge perhaps of the dating culture and the dating world that we exist within now. So I'm going to ask you a whole bunch of questions about that.
Please.
Number one, first date tip. I know it's a very broad question, but give me an answer.
Be yourself. I know that sounds very cliche, but I literally can't think of anything better. Just be yourself. I think people overanalyze things. They overextend themselves. Do something that you know that you're comfortable with. If you're the type of guy that likes taking girls to dinner and you think you do well with that, then you should probably maintain that. If you like going out for drinks, go out for drinks. And just show overall courtesy, because, we can get into that too, but the whole going 50-50 thing and this and that, I don't care if it's the worst date in the world. There is no excuse for a man going 50-50. You should always take care of things no matter what.
I was literally going to ask, how do you feel about splitting the bill?
No matter what. I mean, especially if you ever want to see that girl ever again.
So even if she was horrible, absolutely horrible, you'd still pay the bill.
Yeah. Because
I agree.
Women spend more money on their hair, their makeup, getting time. You asked that girl on the date. Therefore, you were the one that pays. She could have been doing anything else with her time. She could be at a workout class. She could be enjoying her friends. She could be with her family, but she chose to be with you. So therefore, even if the date's horrible, you just don't go out with that person again, but you should always take care of it.
I totally agree. And, I feel like Trenton said it so perfectly, and he nailed the key thing is you value that person's time. Like you said, you're asking them out, even if you're not feeling the vibe, you value that time that they're spending with you. I love it.
100%. All right, so when you're perusing through dating apps and you're going through dating app profiles, is there a big no, a big turn off for you? Whether it's like not being able to decide who the person is in the group shots or like a bad selfie or like no bios.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Thanks.
I will say one thing. If I'm a guy and I'm looking through a girl's or a woman's profile, number one, I know this sounds terrible, but don't ever have friends that are prettier than you in your pictures. That's crazy, right? It's going to lead me to think like, okay, maybe I need to keep swiping to find what your friend was looking like. That's number one. I think you should make your profile predominantly about you. Mm-hmm. Again, just be super genuine to who you are. I think someone that maybe is adequate in the dating scene or has experience dating maybe or being in relationships can kind of look through things and know what's really going on, essentially. Naturally, you're going to be attracted to someone's beauty over everything else, but there's flow and everything that you can have with your profile that makes it look that much better. So in that way, people may want to go out with you more, essentially.
No, I love that. Do you, when you're dating, do you prefer to meet people kind of like in the wild at bars, or do you actually like the aspect of meeting them through
social
the internet
media?
Or the social media?
I think that, I like doing both, but I think that now that dating apps are such a big thing, it makes it a lot more accessible for people to meet online. Mm-hmm. Therefore, if I'm in another city, my location is automatically going to be pinged there. If I plan on going out, I can always just do a little swipe left, swipe right, set up a date using first rounds on me, and we're there, So again, I personally prefer dating apps just because I think it's a lot more straight to the point. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of us are traveling and stuff all the time. I mean, it's just dependent on what, city you're in, and I think both are just as good.
I couldn't. Sorry, go, darling.
Yeah, I wanted to ask because I fell into this trap when I was on dating apps where in person I tried to be really genuine, right, and treat the person like an actual person. Mm-hmm. And then I noticed on dating apps I was treating them as like a game or a number, and I was like, oh shit, I'm not being who I thought I was. I'm treating this person as a number. And do you ever catch yourself doing that, or are you always Trenton, the genuine,
very intentional
guy
about what you're doing?
Again, maybe I date a little bit more than the average person, okay?
But as long as you're being intentional, then that's fine.
No matter what, the girl that I am talking to, they are the ones making the moves. I just kind of follow along. I help lead down the pathway, but I allow them to take the lead, and essentially they're the ones making the decisions. Ultimately, it should always be the woman that makes the decisions, but I just go with the flow.
So you're not telling these women on a first date that you want to marry them and you love them and then never speak to them again.
No, never. No.
That bait and switch that we all hate so much.
Yes.
All right. So you posted a video that says that the caption was "Girls, when a guy shows too much attention to them, blocked," which I found hilarious, but also very true. So do you think there's a balance between showing interest and coming on too strong, especially in the earlier stages of dating?
Yeah, I mean, you got to let things simmer a little bit. I think too many guys lead with like, what do they call it? Love bombing, where you're just showing too much. And it could be guy or girl. It's mainly guys that are the ones that are doing it, right? Because they want to show everything that they have in order to attract that woman, essentially. But I definitely think there's a good balance. I think that you should show a little bit here. You got to show enough in order to get them to go on the date with you to begin with, right?
Damn straight.
And then once you date, if you like the way things are going, then I think you show a little bit more. I always match people with what they present to me. Kind of no more, no less.
Really?
I'm like, this is what I got going on. Either you're a part of it and you're okay with that, and then we can kind of progressively go into that. But I will say for men, kind of right away, we know if we really like someone and if we want someone. I mean, I do at least. The other times, it's kind of like we're just having fun and maybe enjoying each other's, connection.
Chemistry.
There
that was the word you're looking for. No, I think the same thing for women as well. Like we actually had someone on the podcast recently who said that I know within 30 seconds whether I want to either be like intimate with that person or want to like continue to pursue that connection, which I was like 30 seconds is a little bit too fucking quick. But I say within the first like hour, you can both genders can really feel if this is like a connection they want to explore, and also figure out if it's a connection they want to explore but only in a certain facet. You know what I mean? on the kind of like, not the flip side, but similar to that, what advice would you give to women for handling guys who just don't get the hint when it's time to move on?
Oof, that's a really good one.
Thank
you. For when they don't want to move on.
So say, for instance, a fella's coming on too strong, right? And the chick is like, how she's trying to figure out how to handle, not ghost them, not do any of that kind of bullshit that's going on with dating nowadays, but like how to tell them and how to show them that like this is not going to happen.
So unfortunately, I don't think a majority of guys take the hint. I hear this stuff all the time. And it's unfortunate that women can't just be like, hey, I'm not really interested. Thank you so much. And move on. You know, guys literally, hey, what's up, beautiful? What's going on? What are you doing today? Oh, why aren't you messaging me back? I hate you. Block. Oh, why didn't you add me about? Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy to me. If it shows delivered on that message and you're not responding back to me, I'm already on to the next, essentially. But I think all you can do is just message the guy and say, hey, you know, I'm not interested, and hopefully he takes the hint. You know, it's sad because a lot of women have to say, oh, I have a boyfriend or this and that in order to get away from it. But they shouldn't have to say any of that. They should just be like, hey, I'm good, I'm not interested, and be able to move on from there.
As long as it's done in a respectful way as well. As long as you don't turn around and be like, fuck you freak, like leave me alone. Turn around and be like, hey, listen, I'm just not interested. Thank you for your time and attention. I really appreciate it. Hope you find the best in your future.
Yep.
No, wholeheartedly.
Don't some women have fake engagement rings where they just
I used to have a fake engagement ring.
Engaged.
When I was traveling, I used to travel a lot for my old job, and I'd always have a fake engagement ring on me because I just, sitting on planes, the amount of times I just get randomly hit on by these like 6-year-old men, and I was like, absolutely not. Yeah. So much easier just to buy a $20 engagement ring.
The whole dating scene is completely changed.
It's wild.
You know?
But people like you are fixing it and helping it.
I would like to think so.
100%.
I really put my best foot forward, and that ultimately that is my goal. Is I want people to be in successful relationships. That seeing that type of stuff makes me happy. Seeing my parents be in a 40-year marriage and seeing my grandparents be together until they're 68. But again, the main difference between what's happening prior versus what's happening now is back then, if something were to break, I'm talking our parents' time, they would go and get it fixed. Now, if something were to break, what do? We just go get a new one.
That's something that Joe and I talk about quite often because we got married 1.5 years ago, and we both said, A, it's the one and only time we ever want to get married, and B, we're not going to be the type of people that if there's something wrong, even if it's something major that's wrong, walk away from it. We're going to fix it because it is of that old world of like his parents, and my parents are divorced, but like of that mentality of like this is what needs to happen.
Yeah, someone showed me like 3 stages of marriage where the first stage is the honeymoon phase where you're all over each other and you're in love. The second stage is when it's really tough and you kind of, I don't want to say hate each other, but literally you're both on each other's nerves. And a lot of people fall off and get divorced in that phase 2. But if you make it past phase 2, that's when you have a lifelong partner where it's like the best marriage ever. So I just always want to get to that phase 3 and you just figure it out. But now your parents are together 40 years?
Yes.
Wow, love that.
So just seeing them together and being happy and everything else is just such an amazing thing. You know, they take care of one another, and I think that's kind of trickled down to my younger sister and I and how we handle ourselves in relationships, even though her and I are completely different when it comes to relationships, but that's okay.
But I think that bodes well with what you were saying at the very beginning of the podcast of like, you're not willing to settle down just for anything and anybody. Like you really want to find that remnant or that replica of your parents' relationship. And I think it takes someone very special, to get married to and commit a life to.
Yeah, definitely.
We're lucky too, because my parents are happily married, and I always said, I want what they have. And we're lucky to like get that experience from them. It's nice.
There you go.
You're lucky to have me too. You're up.
I'm up. Okay. What is the best way for someone to handle a player?
Ooh.
Do they play back?
Again, I think it just comes down to matching each other's energy. So, I mean, you knew what it is that you're getting into. I think that a lot of people know what they're getting themselves into. We're not dumb. We just choose to put our head to the side and accept it.
Ignorance is bliss.
Oh, yeah. When I hear people complaining about relationships, I'm like, okay, well, what are you doing about it?
Like nothing.
Exactly. So you're allowing it to happen. You know what's happening. You just choose to accept it.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of why when I was in your shoes, I created Fresh Rounds on Me, is because I wanted to eliminate that kind of player aspect of it. So we created like the 3 key things to eliminate that. Obviously, one is you be chivalrous. You plan the date. A lot of women, number one turnoff, guys know what to do. Even if you want to meet, guys know what to do. Big turnoff. And then the other things were pen pals. We have all these guys. You chat me up. Okay, do you want to meet me or not? So we only allow you to chat 24 hours before the date. Mm-hmm. And then the other thing is like, along with being chivalrous, you should only give your time and energy to one person per day instead of having 20, 30 matches and not even know who you're talking about. So with all that being said, what do you think of those features? And I guess which one's your favorite?
I think they're so great. I love what you did here. It's a game changer because of the fact that you're taking out all of the extras that you don't necessarily need when it comes to building a connection. And I think we need to get back to that point where people are okay with meeting in person and then building a connection from there, because there's a large disconnect between, okay, let's talk via social media. Then when it comes to actually going on the date, unfortunately, you don't know what that person looks like 100% these days, right?
Yeah.
Smells like, how they act, are they a big drinker? Do they do drugs? You don't know about any of that until...
nuances of someone.
Exactly. Yeah. Just even their aura, the energy in general, you can tell when you meet someone, right away. That's why we were saying that most people know right away if it's something that they like or not. So that's what I like about it, is it kind of gets back to that old school vibe of being able to legitimately just go up and talk to someone and create that relationship and then go from there. I mean, back then our parents didn't even really have cell phones. So they're like, hey, I'll see you tonight at 7 p.m. And you got to hope that they're going to be there.
Yeah.
Right. So it's kind of bringing back those traditional values. And I like the aspect of being able to set it on someone's calendar and hey, if they're available, or because I'm kind of spring of the moment person. I'm like, hey, well, like I'm free for the rest of the night. I had my workout. Everything's good. Yeah. Let's go grab a drink. I think that sounds good, especially in all of these cities where there's so many cool bars and speakeasies and places to go and check out. So I just love that feature. I think it's great.
Did you read our card? Which one? I think I feel like you got the answers to the
really?
test. Well, I was going to say,
let me look away.
There's all these cool places to go and cool things to do. What do you think is the best first date? Coffee, drinks, dinner? Like, what's your style?
Me personally, I like a date night situation. I don't do dinners usually too often up front. Usually I'll set that for like second date dinner. I like doing drinks. I think like, let's go grab a cocktail at this bar, this speakeasy, I think is perfect. It kind of is a really good icebreaker, allows you to let loose a little bit. I like hearing music. Mm-hmm. And usually when I go on a date, I'll have like a point A and point B. If I'm liking how things go and I want to go to point B, I'll kind of have a place that maybe we can go and dance at. I like dancing.
That's fun.
I feel like he's reading the questions.
He's not reading the questions.
No,
because the next question
he's
was
just a perfect guess.
The next question was second, third, fourth date. What's the perfect date to sweep someone off their feet?
Like if you
were getting into it too with this dancing.
Wait, let me set the stage though. So if you went on a first date with somebody and you like adored them, right? You're like, this possibly maybe could even be my wife, right? Which is crazy. It's crazy to say. How would you curate that date to be the absolute like 10?
You're saying if I knew from the beginning that this is someone I really wanted to be with?
Yeah. Like how would you curate that date?
I would probably do dinner first and then maybe go out and dance and something afterwards. And again, as a man, I think the number one thing that a lot of guys are lacking in, and hopefully people are tuning into this right now, is making a woman feel comfortable and confident in her own space. If you can do that, whatever you want, essentially. But
damn straight.
So again, I take control, lead the way in the date, pick her up, take her to dinner. And then afterwards I say, like, how adventurous are you? And they're adventurous. Then we'll go out dancing afterwards and maybe check out some new spots, or maybe a new spot even just for her. Something that that she's going to have a really good time at and that you can build a good connection and maybe get a little bit closer.
That's so thoughtful.
He's the best.
He really is. Perfect podcast guest.
Yeah, and then going back to like the whole dinner thing, I remember when I lived in New York, I got burned out because dinner first dates, especially in New York City, oh my God, I was like, yeah, I gotta have a good job, I'm doing well, but I'm pretty broke because I keep going on these first dates to dinner. What's one of the reasons you see today that guys are getting burnt out on dating apps? For me, it was the dinner, but I don't know if that resonates with a lot of people.
Again, I do my due diligence before taking a girl out, kind of assessing what it is that she wants. I'll throw out there, hey, let's grab drinks sometimes. If she's not okay with grabbing drinks, you probably shouldn't be going out with her to begin with because she might be in it for some other things. You know, I've heard even stories of guys tell me like that they'll invite a girl out to dinner and that girl's like, that place isn't good enough, I want to go here. I'm like, a red flag automatically. So again, it's up to you and what your standards are and what you're okay with. But for me, I'm going to throw out the drinks or maybe grabbing coffee. And I think that's plenty adequate for a first date. And hey, if things go well, then you take her to a nice dinner afterwards. But you have to know what someone's like first before you're able to do all that. And another thing I've even been throwing in there too is I like even getting to the point where we FaceTime before going and meeting. Like to me, that's essential. If I can't do a FaceTime with you, how does that make sense? Because some girls are completely fine with texting, and then when it comes to FaceTiming or calling, they don't want to do it. Well, I'm like, okay, well, that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, they say that you can tell a lot through someone's voice. So voice notes are a big thing now because not only does it legitimize the person, but I don't know what it is, if there's like an energy of someone's voice, you're like, oh, I'm attracted to this voice, and I could kind of get a sense of who they are from what they're saying. So that's a big thing.
We need like a dating etiquette class or something like
Maybe
that.
You could lead it.
Could start something like that. That's a really good one.
Hey, we'll start in Austin.
But in all honesty, I know that we're like half joshing about this, but in all honesty, I feel like we had someone on the podcast recently who said like people need classes, people need tutorials on how to date properly nowadays because, and Joe said this many times, it's like dating apps were just introduced to us, right? It's in this brand new way of dating, and there was no rule book. It was thrown to us and we just had to kind of scramble and figure it out. And so I think that like having some kind of etiquette or having some kind of understanding of how to navigate the waters would be a hell of a good thing.
Yes.
Huge.
Do you want me to keep going? My questions?
Keep
I love these questions.
babe.
Why do you think people are moving away from dating apps and moving towards more in-person stuff, whether it's run clubs like you said earlier or more of these things that are not just so app-focused? Which we're big advocates of, by the way.
I think a lot of this has to do with trends. Again, the trends go up, they go down, difference in clothes, difference in dating apps. A lot of it comes down to trends, but eventually it'll full circle. You know, a lot of people rely on dating apps because there's just so many people in this world that you feel like you need to meet, right? So I think, again, it just comes down to the trends, but at the same time, people still want to feel like they're a part of something. And these social clubs allow them to feel like they're a part of something bigger picture. And again, that may come down to like people having enough etiquette in knowing how to handle things on apps versus handle things in person. You know, a lot of people don't know how to do both or one or the other, or, you know, maybe you have a strong suit. To me, I don't like going in a run club and then talking to people afterwards. I'm like, I want to go home and shower.
I want to ask you, what do you think would be the 3 rules of etiquette for dating today for a guy? 3 rules.
Well, we kind of touched base on it earlier. I think number 1 is just making a woman feel comfortable and confident because it's just not enough times that that's happening. I mean, you got to think about it. A majority of women are on edge going to a gas station or a grocery store. So if you just make them feel comfortable and confident, which is how they should be, that would be number 1 for me. And that comes down to picking a girl up, making sure she gets you picked up properly, home safe. I feel like I can't even ask a girl to pick her up on the first date, which is terrible because of the things other men have done to her that have nothing to do with me.
That was our first date.
He offered to come pick me up and I was like, listen, don't know if you're a serial killer or not, so like I'm not going to allow you to do that, but I really appreciate it. But it was because of past experiences that had happened.
Which I totally get it. Like, I completely understand. You just got to understand from my perspective, I'm like, that's wrong because it was meant for us to take care of you. It's unfortunate that we got so far away from that.
Couple of bad apples ruin the bunch.
Yeah.
Women still really enjoy that chivalrous edge of a man taking control. And it's a hell of a lot easier for you to take control if you know what you're working with.
Yeah. I like that. That's exactly how it should be. You got to do your due diligence and make sure that you see things all the way through. And, you know, even if I plan on seeing a girl that lives in a different city, or I've personally dated girls that live in other parts of the country or the world. So you just got to know what you're working with, you know, do a little research or something. Ask ChatGPT for options or something. Look over at the menu too. I mean, I ask girls, I'm like, hey, what do you like eating? Or I ask them, what do you not like eating?
Smart.
So then I will take them to where
The
they
opposite
like
of
to
that.
go. Yeah, of course.
Love it. And if you're a mermaid, different sea works as well. Not just
Yeah.
different city, different sea works.
Such
Yes.
a
We're an inclusive
You're going to move on
podcast.
to relationships because
Oh,
otherwise we're going
you
to run
gave
out of
me all the hard work.
We're going to run out of time, and I don't want to run out of
Okay,
time before we get to the
relationship
games.
advice. Do men secretly love relationship talks as much as women do, or is that a myth? I have my opinion, but I'll let you speak to yours.
Can you go with yours first?
So when you're married, you obviously evolve because women make us a little bit more emotionally
I don't
intelligent.
like the way you just said women, but that's fine.
Yeah, I don't like talking about that stuff.
Okay.
But when you're married, you have to, and it's healthy. I love it now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not my
I also
first
think you're
choice.
unique because you're the oldest of 4 boys, and so that you
Yeah, I
didn't
grew
grow
up
up
in a
around
very
females.
non-emotionally intelligent
Yes.
household.
So the question was, do women like when guys are...
Do men secretly love relationship talks just as much as women?
Yes, because it's something that we don't get to do ever. You know, guys like when women rub their back and tell them how awesome they are and how great they're doing, because
Tell me
we
about
don't
your
get
day.
that nearly as
Exactly.
much as women do. You know, women get all the time, you're so pretty, you're so beautiful, you know, look at your whatever else, you know? So it's nice when you get to talk about that stuff when guys feel like they're capable of opening up to you. I know I really care for a girl, one, when I care about her security, but then also how secure she makes me feel, meaning where I feel like I can open up and be vulnerable to her too.
100%.
Don't
yeah.
you feel like you can be open up and be vulnerable?
Oh
in
yeah,
a
before I met
relationship?
her, I was just like an idiot, and now I'm like, oh wow, I can be vulnerable. I can
Makes
be
sense.
it's funny because like she said, I grew up in this very like masculine childhood, and then as I got older and I'm doing this, I'm like, well, the most masculine thing is being vulnerable because like you're confident enough to be who you really are.
Yeah.
You also have a safe space to be able to do
yeah,
so
for
as well.
sure.
And I think that's the most important. You know, I wholeheartedly agree. Men need just as much as women, sometimes even more, I would say, because of the society of which we live in, a safe space. And typically that is your relationship to be like, babe, let it all out. Like be vulnerable, be emotional, be all of these things. Let me rub your back as you're telling me all your deepest, darkest secrets, because then it gives you the opportunity to do that. And then I feel like that bleeds through to other areas.
Yeah. Do you know who Nicky Jam is?
Yeah.
I didn't know
The
who
singer?
he was until last week because he was on Jay Shetty's podcast. But he was explaining like men are kind of taught where everything's okay. You can't talk about your emotions, and then it bottles up. And he was like, it's just so healthy for every guy to just say like, listen, I'm struggling. Like these are the things that I deal with, and he said it so perfectly.
That's why men's club would be even better.
I think so too. We're on to something here.
How many dates until the serious talk starts, where someone's feeling this is not a little thing anymore? When are we gonna have that talk?
Again, I think there's levels to this. So I think there's a dating stage, a talking stage, and then a relationship stage. To me, there's 3 of them. Dating means like, hey, you're just doing your thing. You may be seeing someone else. I may be seeing someone else. We're kind of just having fun. Then you would get into the talking stage where you're like, hey, just so you know, I'm adequately talking to you and seeing you consistently. I don't really want to date anyone else, but I'm still kind of figuring out where we're at with this whole thing. And then to me, relationship, excuse me. Relationship is the last bit of it, which means, hey, we've been adequately talking for months now. And I would physically ask the girl to be my girlfriend, you know, at that
Love that.
point.
I did
And
that.
I always make it really special too. I do the coolest, like, again, I've been in serious relationships, so I do my best to make it very special for that girl. It's damn near an engagement at that point, you know.
Okay, let me tell you how Joe asked me to be his girlfriend.
Yes,
and tell me
please.
how romantic it is. So it was New Year's Eve. And he took me to the Bel Air Hotel, which I don't know if you know that hotel, but I think it's fancy.
Also, because it was COVID, huge discount.
You must have, babe, you don't have to say that. You can just,
I don't want people to think
Just go with the
just
flow.
take the
Yeah, the
compliment,
Bel Air
take the
Hotel,
win.
wow.
And then we were like lying there, and just as the clock struck 12, he looked over at me. He's like, "Hannah, will you be my girlfriend?" How fucking romantic!
I
How
love
sweet.
that. See, she remembers it vividly,
I
so
will-
that stuff's important.
We'll
I
remember
remember
it to the day I
vividly,
die.
because she looked at me and said, "Listen, man, are you sure you are ready for this? Because once you open up that can with me, this is going to be a lot for you." And I was like, "Yeah." And then I was like, "Wow, she was right, man. What did I get myself into?" Just kidding.
I was about to say, that's so fucking rude. That was such a romantic moment. You're tainting it now with your bullshit.
I love it though. I love it. I think that that's so important. And again, these are moments in your life that you look forward to. It's kind of like turning a page or a new chapter. And I hope that my hope would be that people bring that stuff back. You know, I heard girls telling me like, well, I don't know if we're in a relationship. I'm like, how do you not know if you're in a relationship?
Situationships, to me, they're so funny. I'm like, and I always ask people, I'm like, okay, but who started the situationship? And they're like, oh,
Well,
they did. And I'm like,
Yeah.
so you didn't want the situationship? I'm like, no. And I'm like, okay, so it's not a mutual thing. It's usually someone
Yeah,
is
the
not as involved
situationship
as the other
thing's
person.
crazy to me, but I guess that's what a lot of people do these
That's
days.
what dating has evolved into. Just purely, I think, in part because people don't want to define something, or they don't have the courage to be able to define something. I want to ask a couple of questions about what men need in a relationship, and then we're going to jump into some games, all right?
Okay.
So how important is it for men to feel respected in a relationship? Does it top love, or is it kind of like on par?
I think it's number one.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why?
That's a deep one. I just think that, well, men want to be respected in every walk of life. I think that's what leads with how men operate in business and with everything else. I know that's the number one thing that I look forward to, is a woman that I respect, a woman that I trust, and someone that I know is loyal to me, because those are the hardest things to come across these days. So when I feel respected, I feel like I'm getting all of these things within that person. And that's, to me, that's number one, because all of the other stuff can follow suit with that. Because when you respect someone, you love them.
I love that, Trenton. I
Yeah.
truly do.
He's writing his own dating etiquette book right now.
I was going to say, we're going to have it after the podcast. What's one thing that you think men aren't asking for enough in their relationships? Is it respect?
Could be respect. I think it's a lot of it comes down to clarity too. Like they're just not, they don't know where things stand, or, you know, I think, you know, again, a lot of guys maybe get into relationships just because they're so busy with work and everything else that they want someone that they can somewhat come home to, I guess. So I think a lot of it just comes down to the ultimate thing being respect, and having a partner that they can be open and honest with, and which is essentially the opposite of maybe what they experience on a daily basis at work. Someone where they can feel like they're relaxed and comfortable and be able to express what's really going on in their life, or what they're thinking in their head or with their heart.
I really love that. All right, I'm going to move to some games because I freaking
do
love
it.
games, and I just think they're the funnest part of the podcast,
Let's
even
do
though
it.
all of that was incredibly insightful.
Thank you.
And I feel like I know a little bit more now. So we play this game called How Well Do You Know Yourself, which is where I go to the depths of your social medias and I pull clips and from things that you said, you've done, and I want you to finish these sentences.
Holy moly.
All
Let
right.
me say that nobody has ever gotten a perfect score. Not one person.
Really?
I feel like you should stop saying it at the start because it puts a lot of pressure on people.
I know.
All right. So in July of this year, you posted a video to TikTok that starts, "Me hyping up every girl that's been ...
Content
tell me
creator-
I'm already
when people have a
starting
lot
this.
of content, it's very difficult because they have
Yes.
so many videos.
I
Because
don't
I do
care.
a lot of what is it, voiceovers or like songs and
This
stuff
was
like
just
that.
on the screen.
Me hyping up.
Me hyping up every girl that's been ...
My gosh,
You can say you
this
don't
is
know too.
terrible. Can you give me the next word?
Fumbled.
Fumbled?
Mm-hmm.
By something?
No.
It's just fumbled?
Me hyping up every girl that's ever been fumbled, breadcrumbed, and clearly out of his
Oh,
league.
that's a good one.
Now you
was
gotta
a good
go.
one.
So there's no perfect score. Now you gotta go for a passing score.
All right. In August of this year, you posted a video that started, if he can't plan a date.
Don't go on one.
No. What makes you think he can plan a future?
Oh, that's
Which
a
I
good
was like,
one.
that's fucking phenomenal.
That's terrible. I gotta walk out after this one. That was bad.
In March of this year, you posted a video with 4 words that every man desires to hear. What were those words?
That's a really good one. I know this one.
It's on the tip of your tongue.
It's okay. I'm here for you.
So close. I'm not going anywhere.
That's
Yes.
good. We'll give it.
We won't give that. That was not anywhere
I'm
near
gonna
it.
give it.
All right, fine. You posted a video in February of this year that started, men will ruin your day one life, then...
Like your Instagram post.
Two out of 4.
Then like the Insta story the next. In July of this year, you posted a video that started, I'm convinced every woman's love language is...
To not have to ask.
Yes. Not
Yes.
having to ask.
Now we're getting good.
All right. This is the last one for this section. You ready?
If you get it, we'll give you a passing score.
Okay.
You had a 6-part series of things that women do that men love back in August of last year. I want you to name at least 4 of those things.
Oh my goodness. I don't know about this passing score right now. Say it one more time.
Maybe if you give him the first one.
Yeah.
I'll
I
give
think
you
that's
one.
good.
Gift buying. But love it when it's small and thoughtful gifts.
That men are buying for women?
No, that things that women do for men that they secretly love. You created
Okay,
this.
gift buying.
Gift giving, but it was like small and thoughtful gifts. It wasn't anything like grandiose.
Affection? No.
Nope. Well, compliments. That's kind of
Compliments.
affection.
Yeah.
Men love getting complimented as a majority of men get 0 recognition. That's what you said.
Telling him he looks good. I know that was one of them.
That's kind of compliments, but no.
Oh. Caring.
That's compliment
Oh
too.
my goodness. We really got to look into this a little bit
Just
more.
read him now.
All right. So things that women do that men secretly love. Gift buying. So when you buy him a gift.
Okay.
When women have a fresh manicure and pedicure. Something about that gets you going. When they dress well for the occasion, the outfit matches the occasion. Bonus points if they ask ahead of time what the vibe is or send you pictures. When you'll go out with your friends and you send pictures, videos, or cute little texts about how your night is going or that you're thinking about them. When you're passenger princesses and you put their hand on your thigh and you place it on theirs. Bonus points if you kiss at the red lights.
Wow. Who said that? Me?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I feel like you're learning from your own stuff through this podcast.
Chantel's pissing herself
Wow.
laughing. All right, so we're going to play a game called This or That, which is basically like you choose this or that. Ready? Good morning text or good night text?
Good night.
All right, flirting over text or in person?
Oh, in person.
Damn straight. Heartfelt love letter or surprise gift?
Love letter.
Dancing at a club or quiet wine bar? I think I know the answer.
Dancing in a club or
Quiet wine bar.
dancing in a club.
I knew it. Matching tattoos on the first date or swapping outfits for the first date?
Swapping outfits?
Yep.
Meaning like,
Yep.
what would Matt do to the tattoo?
Travel the world with no money or stay at home with unlimited cash?
With the right person, stay at home. Oh, that's a tough one.
I know.
Because I love traveling. Well, travel with no money? What am I going to use?
Bro, I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
be a
I
gypsy.
have to shake that thing or something. I don't. Oh, that's such a tough one. No, I mean, again, if it's with the right person, stay at home with money. Well, no, that's we're gonna figure it out. We'll do the travel with no money. I think
All
that's a
right.
good one, yeah.
I like it. All right. So imagine you're in a relationship. Have your partner reveal all your secrets to their friends, or your deepest, darkest secrets, or have them flirt with someone in front of you at a party.
With the girl that I care about.
So she's
The first one for
so
sure.
she's telling all of her friends your deepest, darkest secrets, weirdest secrets ever.
Sure, she's still with me. It's fine.
True. Accidentally like a photo from 5 years ago on one of your crush's social media, or accidentally send a voice message meant for your friend to your date.
Oh, the first one.
Yeah?
Like her picture from 5 years ago.
You don't give a shit?
I don't care. I'll go up and then like a couple from there.
Last one. Have someone ghost you after an amazing first date, or have them become overly clingy and needy after a mediocre first date?
Second one, mediocre.
You want to be clingy after a mediocre date?
Let's let that thing ride.
You fucking love me. It's fine.
Yes.
I love it. Dylan, you're up with rapid fire.
Oh, I can go again? Nice. Surprise.
So fun.
Surprise.
Rapid fire. So this is a game called Rapid Fire, and I don't know if you can know by the title, but you have to answer these questions quick and fast. First one thing on your bucket list.
Travel the world.
With no money?
I guess so, but if need be, I think that is the best thing anyone can do is traveling.
Agreed.
What's your love language?
Physical touch.
Nice. Best compliment you've ever received?
It's not necessarily, well, I mean, obviously, maybe that I'm handsome. That's good. That's really nice. I appreciate that.
That's nice.
You
You
think
have
I'm
great teeth, too.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Now, is that now the best compliment
Well, I
you've
mean,
ever
I was
received?
gonna, yeah, that's great.
Okay.
Thank you. I think it's nice when other guys compliment you
Oh,
because
yeah.
you don't get, if you
Oh,
get
I
another
love
guy
it.
complimenting you, that is great.
Then you know you're
I
looking
always
good that
say it,
day.
Yes.
Like, I feel like when a guy is super confident in himself, he's like, that's a good looking guy.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
who
like,
cares?
I'm like, oh man, I appreciate it.
yeah.
Thanks.
What never fails to make you laugh?
Myself.
There you go.
I like making people laugh all the time, so I like to think I'm a pretty funny guy.
It's the best to be able to laugh
If you
at
really
yourself.
know me, you know that I'm like a comedian. I really be just doing some outlandish things.
Goofy things.
So yes.
Guilty pleasure.
Oh, your brain
Physical
went somewhere.
touch. No, I'm just kidding.
So your brain went somewhere.
Oof. Guilty pleasure.
Like, eating,
you like reality TV?
Eating those sugar worms or gushers or
Sugar
pizza.
worms?
Gusher, like those.
Sugar worms? No, like
You know what I
reality TV or like candy. Even though candy's not a guilty pleasure, it's just a pleasure.
I like being, sometimes I'm either like a really introvert or extrovert. I really like being at home alone by myself. I'll make myself like, a nice granola bowl with yogurt and stuff like that and just watch a really good movie. I love that.
with a lot of cash.
Yes.
It all comes full circle.
Yeah.
Something you wish you were better at dealing with.
Heartbreak.
We all do.
Yeah.
But we have each other.
It never gets,
Never gets easier.
yeah.
Biggest risk you ever took?
Heartbreak. No, I'm just kidding.
That's a really good one, actually.
I think the biggest, moving to another state, Austin, Texas. A city is one thing, but moving to another state is a whole nother situation.
Nice.
So
Yeah, you got to learn those tax laws. You got to learn like
everything. I mean,
Everything.
you got to make
Driving.
new friends. You got to fit in, all that stuff.
Try moving to a different country.
last
Yeah.
one.
Rough.
Who should be more important in a man's life? Oh, this is a good.
Ooh.
This is my favorite
You're
question
gonna ask
because I
your mom
know
or your-
yeah.
that's
Your
crazy.
mom. I'm gonna ask again. Who should be more important in a man's life? His partner or his mother?
I love my mom so much. She's in a lot of my content, actually.
I know, I saw it. That's why I asked the question.
Yes.
Don't be shy, man. I love my mother. I also love my wife, but it's okay.
Who would you choose, babe? What's your answer?
It's so easy. When I'm with my mom, I choose my mom. When I'm with you, I choose you.
I might have to go with that same answer because ultimately, but I think that my mom is my first love and my last love, essentially, or at least my first love, because she paved the way for everything else. My mom is such an amazing woman. It's like, it's so hard to even find a girl that even relatively touches her.
See, I think you nailed it. And I think that's kind of how I see it with Hannah, where the fact that I even consider you, even though you are above, is that my mom is so special that you're actually such an amazing woman that you actually met that expectation from me. And I'm like, that's amazing.
I think I have a lot of qualities of your mother, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like you've kind of
Like his mother is so strong.
Secretly, a lot of guys look for
100%.
Of course they
women
do.
like their mother because they want that care and that affection and that love and everything else,
Also, I think the strength in a lot of mothers really resonates. And I think like as much as, as much as like there's this weird kind of thing that goes around that where people don't think that they want a strong woman. They do.
Yes.
And that comes from your mothers. And it's the same thing with women, of what we look for in our own partners. We look for almost a replica of our fathers or our grandfathers or our brothers. It's always like the male and female influences that
You want
really
me to be
affect.
more like your dad?
Huh?
You want me to be more like your dad?
No, I'm good, thanks, sir.
Um,
You definitely do have
no, but I was gonna
remnants
say
of him.
the thing that most attracted me to you was that I knew you were going to be a great mother. So that was like, this is the one. She's going to be a great mother.
Love that.
And that was it.
Also,
Yes.
I'm beautiful and kind and amazing and
Yes.
Yeah,
hilarious.
but being the great mother supersedes it all.
Of course it does. Well, this hour went by way too quickly
So
for my
quick.
liking.
I could talk to you guys for another hour.
Honestly.
So
We'll do it
amazing.
again in Austin.
Heck
Yes.
yeah. But thank you so much for being here. Can you please let our followers know where to find you? Yep. You can go straight to camera. You can talk to us.
You can find me on at Trenton Acrey for everything. TrentonAcrey. All of my handles are the same. TikTok, Instagram. And yeah, I'll be there. And pretty soon, Upper Hand Social Club, we're making that thing a real thing. So I look forward to sharing more experiences with you guys. First Rounds on Me is an absolutely amazing app. And I look forward to being part of everything you guys have going on in the future.
Mate,
For
we
sure.
can't
We're
wait to
going to be doing
continue.
a lot of stuff in Austin together.
Heck yeah.
We're so excited.
Yeah, and thank you guys for listening. You're the best. Listen to one of our past episodes. Please subscribe. It does so much for us. And happy dating. We love you.
Bye.